My name is John and welcome back. For the last 2 mowing seasons, I've run this eForce DPS 2600 full-time, 6 days a week. I have 4 batteries that keeps this trimmer running throughout the course of the day. From my experience running this trimmer, this is truly an excellent battery-powered string trimmer. After running battery-powered equipment for a while, you really forget how great 2-cycle equipment is. So at the start of the season, I ran the 2600 for about 2 months. Then I decided to break out the 2620 just to try it out. And what I can tell you about that experience is the 2620 has more knockdown power, along with, in my opinion, it cuts a little bit cleaner than the 2600. So what I decided to do, rather than wait for Echo to come out with a new commercial model, I decided to make an upgrade to the 2600. So for the last 4 months, I've been running this high torque gearbox on the 2600. The high torque gearbox comes on the 2620T or any of the T model. You can buy it as a standard attachment or as a just standalone gearbox like I did here. The gearbox is $90, the attachment is $120. With this high torque gearbox, it completely changes the personality of the 2600. You lose some trimmer head speed with this high torque gearbox, but you gain torque, knockdown power, and also gives you a cleaner cut. In my opinion, the 2600 should come with this high torque gearbox from the factory because this is really the closest thing you're going to get to true commercial power out of a battery power unit. So now let me take you out to the field and I'll show you what the 2600 can do with the high torque gearbox, along with a quick comparison between the standard gearbox and the Echo 2620 gas powered commercial trimmer. I made the intro to this video about a year ago, and throughout that time frame using the high torque gearbox, I learned a couple extra things and I want to share them here right now. First off, if you're planning to use the 2600 or the 2100 with the standard guard on it, don't buy the high torque gearbox. With the short line running the standard guard, the trimmer has no performance whatsoever. You need to run long line, and you also need to run the trimmer head spool completely full. One other thing, when using the high torque gearbox on 2100 or the 2600, the edging is much more effective with the high torque gearbox over the standard gearbox. The standard gearbox, if you're running longer line, it will have a tendency to cut the motor out, even with the 2600, definitely with the 2100. But with the high torque gearbox, re-edging curbs and sidewalks is a breeze with the high torque gearbox. So much extra torque to dig into the ground, it just does an amazing job. So now let me show you what these trimmers can do with the high torque gearbox. So if you find any benefit from this video, please consider subscribing, and thanks for watching. This is the Echo 2620 commercial gas string trimmer. Let me show you how well it does on this tall grass. As you can see, 2620, no trouble cutting down this tall grass, and this is just the standard gearbox that comes with the 2620. This is not the T model. Works great. Echo eForce DPS 2600 with the high torque gearbox running on setting 3, the wide open setting. As you can see, the Echo eForce 2600 with the high torque gearbox has no trouble in knocking down these tall weeds and grass. 2600 running the standard gearbox. This has the Edge Pro disc on it, but that won't affect the operation. Let me show you how well it does in this similar area in this tall weeds and grass. As you can see, the 2600 with the steering gearbox does a great job. Not as quick as it is with the high torque gearbox. This area here is full of all kinds of terrible. Got my mask on, long sleeves. Wish I had some gloves. This will show you how effective the 2100 is with the high torque gearbox. Extremely effective. 2100 high torque gearbox is an overgrown lawn machine. The only problem with the 2100 doesn't have that extended battery life of the 2600, and it is a little bit shorter, but fully capable of doing anything you want to do with the high torque gearbox. I'm going to re-edge this area. As you can see, the high torque gearbox, even on the 2100, does an amazing job re-edging sidewalks and curbs. This has not been edged in a whole year, and it cut through it like it was nothing. Using the high torque gearbox, I really feel like you get better battery life than the standard gearbox. One of the many improvements that the high torque gearbox brings to the 2100 and the 2600. So if you found any benefit from this video, please consider subscribing, and thanks for watching.